everyone, and welcome to week 5, our final week together. I can't believe how far we've come. Over the past several weeks, we've explored so many critical aspects of organizational behavior, from job satisfaction and stress to organizational culture and structure. I hope you're starting to see how all of these pieces fit together to shape both the employee experience and organizational success. This week, our final week, our focus shifts to matrix organizations, a unique and dynamic structure that blends functional and product-based approaches. Matrix systems can rely and really enhance the flexibility, innovation, and cross-functional collaboration, but they also come with challenges, like dual reporting relationships and potential role conflict. Understanding how these structures work is especially valuable in today's project-driven and fast-paced work environments. As you move through the lesson materials, I encourage you to reflect on how organizational structure influences communication, leadership, and accountability, especially in situations where employees have to balance multiple priorities and potentially multiple different bosses. Since this is the last week of our course, all assignments are due by Friday by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be sure to meet that deadline so that we can complete the course. Now you'll need to complete the discussion question and 2 responses. You'll read and complete your SmartBook Chapter 15 on organizational structure and Chapter 16 on organizational culture. You'll also work on the final Learning Unit 5 project and finish your final Unit 5 quiz. And a reminder, all assignments are due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now let's jump into our chapter work. Chapter 15 is organizational structure, which is essentially the framework that defines how work is divided, coordinated, and supervised across a company. It determines how tasks are grouped, who reports to whom, and where decision-making authority resides. As you read through the chapter, some key concepts and components to consider. First, start with work specialization, how tasks are divided into separate jobs. High specialization can boost efficiency but may limit flexibility. Chain of command establishes reporting relationships and accountability. Centralization, where decisions are made top-down or more centralized. And formalization, the degree to which roles and rules are standardized. And the final one being span of control, how many employees report to each manager, which affects supervision and autonomy. There are several common organizational forms to consider. Functional structures, which are grouping employees by expertise or task, like HR or marketing, and you'll find those specifically in Center of Excellences. Or a divisional structure, based on product lines, regions, or customer types. And maybe matrix structures, combining functional and project-based groupings, which often lead to dual reporting lines. Simple or flat structures, with minimal hierarchy, often found in startups. Now let's take a look at a practical example. At a large hospitality company, the HR team noticed a long chain of command which was slowing responses to guest complaints. They implemented a flatter structure, giving supervisors more decision-making authority and empowering them. As a result, staff could respond faster, improving service quality and accountability without reducing managerial oversight or taking away from the overall guest experience. Now let's move into Chapter 16, which is organizational culture. Culture is all about the shared values, norms, and beliefs that shape how people behave and interact at work. It influences everything from daily decisions to long-term strategic outcomes. Within an organization, you can see culture at various different multiple levels. You can see that in observable artifacts, visible symbols like office layout, dress code, rituals, and stories. You can see it in espoused values, such as explicitly stated principles and philosophies, often in mission statements. And then basic underlying assumptions, depending deeply held beliefs that drive behavior, often invisible but extremely influential. The different types of culture can include fragmented. Employees feel distant and disconnected from the cultural values as well as the overall company and organization. Collegial, which is very friendly, cooperative, and team-oriented. Hierarchical, structured and formal with clear procedures. Or innovative, flexible, creative, and open to risk-taking. Other specific cultures might focus on customer service, safety, diversity, or sustainability. Strong cultures are widely shared and drive alignment, but they can also resist change. Weak cultures may lack cohesion, leading to inconsistent behaviors. And it's important to understand the benefits and the cons of both a strong culture and a weak culture. HR's role in a culture is extremely important, as HR individuals play the role as culture stewards. They assess the cultural alignment to identify if culture aligns with the organizational strategy. They lead culture change by guiding the organization through transformation during times of mergers, acquisitions, growth, or leadership transitions. They design programs that really influence the culture, such as onboarding, leadership development, training, that can reinforce the cultural values. And the most important role that HR really has is the support that they provide to the leaders to help them be role models to the culture and live the cultural expectations each and every day. When the company is aligned with strategy and culture, it will boost engagement, innovation, and retain top talent. When culture is misaligned with the strategy, turnover tends to increase and performance tends to decline. Let's take a moment to look at an example. After a regional healthcare system was acquired by a national provider, the cultures of the two organizations were very different. HR led a cultural integration initiative that included workshops, listening sessions such as roundtables, and a cross-organization task force to define shared values. By co-creating a new culture where both organizations can thrive, they improved collaboration and eased the transition, while preserving key strengths from both organizations. Let's wrap up week 5. Supplemental resources will be posted on Wednesday to help you with your discussion questions and your responses. I recommend completing your chapter work before posting, as it will make your discussion contributions more meaningful. If you have questions that others might benefit from, especially in the last week, please post them in the general question discussion board. If you have any personal questions, you can reach me by email or by my phone number. My office hours are Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. And realizing that all course assignments will be due by Friday by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be available all day to see if you have any questions or need any assistance. It has been such a pleasure learning alongside you throughout this course. Let's finish strong and take the insights from this week to learn about how structure and culture can impact real-world organizations. I'm really excited that I had a chance to meet all of you. Good luck in your final week, and reach out if you need any help.